Hi everybody, I'm back finally with another tutorial. I'm gonna try to do it on English, and we're gonna do a bass tutorial from the start, from scratch, from Serum. And I made already a tutorial, but this is should be better than the last one, because the last one was like 5 years ago. So I improved a little bit, and yeah, let's not waste time and let's go in. So what we have here without the bass is just a kick and a snare, and here I have the Serum just without anything on it, and I put it now in G, so just here on the offbeat everywhere, and this is how it sounds. So we're gonna put it on solo to hear it, and we go in the Serum. So what we're gonna do first is the filter on and the cutoff down like about 30 or something, and go on envelope 2, go down here about 400, and put the envelope 2 automation here, and we go a little bit down here too, just like here in the middle about this 180 degrees like this, and now the random full down, and the phase you can hear it's always sounding different. The attack is really not clean in this range, so we always, I always go full down, so we always have a clean attack. And then here I don't do anything else, I just put it in on the distortion a little bit and go high here, pretty high actually, 75%. So what we can start with, I have many plugins which I know some people don't have, but I'm gonna use here the Isotope Trash 2, but if you don't have this, just you can try with just saturation and put some different things on here and put the drive a little bit up, so it can lead to the same thing in the end. But we're gonna do it with this. I like the blues driver here, but it's just too hard. All these things here are just too crazy, so I just put in a little bit. So the technique what I have is just use many different things and always put just a little bit saturation on it, and then we have like a full bass, and it has a lot of different harmonics, so it makes the bass with a crazy attack and nice highs and kinda stereo sometimes even. So the next what I do, I have here my bass what I used in the older track, so I can always watch what I did here. Is another wave plugin. Actually, we have a lot of wave plugins. They are not really expensive, to be honest, so yeah, most of them are really worth it. So I just put the trash a little bit down, threshold without, just a little bit. So now we use the Saturn, and we put a line here. We can already see how it affects the sub if you have headphones on. I think it's actually perfect when I go down to 40, and we can put on some higher frequencies here. I actually prefer, I like to have some of these higher frequencies. Some of the producers in psytrance don't do that so much. They have more a deeper bass, but yeah, I like this kind of sound. So what we're gonna use is now the Trans X, and just the same like before, just a little bit pushing higher here. Vitamin, same thing again, just on this reed, give some harmonics, and the W43, this completely changes the sound already when you put it on with no settings here. So but I still push here a little bit. Another weird thing I'm doing sometimes, not always, you need the wider, the update from the wider if you have the old one, because you will need this frequency spectrum here. If you would have it on the sub, like this effect, then it's not working. So we can go here on 400 or something like this, and just go a little bit higher, so we have a kind of stereo bass. Yeah, many people would hate me for that, but I just do what I want. So we're gonna use another trash, put on another one, distort, clip control, and just a little bit again. You can really hear the difference, what it does. I like to hear what it actually does to the sound. I mean, this is crazy. It just completely destroys the sound, but like this, it's just more saturation. I have another nice thing here, which you can use on many different things, not only the bass. So we go a little bit higher here, and it just does actually what it says, give it some fresh air. So yeah, that's kind of already it from saturation and pushing the bass. So we can just use a equalizer. You don't have to use the Pro Q if you don't have it. You can just use a normal equalizer and take down the lowest frequencies. You don't hear this anyways, so it makes the sound a little bit cleaner, like that. And here I take the highs a little bit down because I pushed a lot, but in the end it still sounds better if you push too much and put it here away than if you just don't try even to push it. So alright, now I have another little thing. We put on the automations, and we use an equalizer to make the bass cleaner. So we put this away here. Alright, and here I made this as standard, that I have this curve here already, and then we have this. So we can use here the frequency for an automation and go down here maybe until like 400. So what we do is actually doing the same thing like in the Serum, what we did before, to just make the cutoff here. Is basically the same thing, but we just do it again, and now the higher frequencies here we don't need so much, we just need here the attack. So we go a little bit more down, and then it's a cleaner bass. So we copy this, let's make a curve so it ends here perfectly. Copy this, and we should definitely hear a difference now. Let's turn it off and turn it on. It makes it definitely cleaner. So if you don't have Ableton 12, record the bass now in another audio track, but we can just bounce it. So Control B, and then we have it here on another track. So I'm gonna go here in and cut it just before the sound starts. Control E to cut, delete it here. Then I cut it away and copy it in here. So it's perfectly in the middle of the offbeat. Cut it here again, delete all this thing in front, and we can duplicate it now. And let's check how loud it actually is. My kick is on -10 right now, and I want my bass on minus like 13 or something like this. So we're on 14.6. So we can go, yeah, like 1.5 higher. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, now it's on 13. Let's hear it with a kick and the snare. Yeah, pretty nice. Let's do a rolling bass directly. Copy this again here, and here I go on -10 for the first one, just a little bit, and let's copy it. Pretty heavy. I think we could even go more down here further down with a decay time for a rolling bass, and go higher for an offbeat bass when it's a longer bass. So you can always adjust this and go with the decay time a little bit lower for the rolling, but I'm gonna use this now, it's alright. And copy it, duplicate it here, and now we're gonna listen it on solo, and we do a little layering on it. So what we're gonna do is just put the EQ on. Like I said, I made here these settings that I always have this curve, and number 4 here is to cut down the higher frequencies, and we just make a little curve like this, maybe just like this. And then we go, I mean, from the volume we have to go on like at least 15 decibel further down. I'm gonna put now a Valhalla room on it, just a reverb, and put everything down what makes the reverb go longer. So we just have this pretty nice sound, and with all together it sounds like this. Let's go more down with the volume. Yeah, we just need a little bit. So I'm here in the end on -39. Yeah, so it's a little bit far away from me. And we can do another layer, just another track. And this is a really weird thing I do. I just use the kick here for a layer and cut it completely back, just to have a little attack. And go here on -10. And then we have here a EQ. I made this automatically, does I have a EQ on it if I put on a audio track, new one. So we cut it here a little bit and just let the highs through. It's basically just a hi-hat now. We just want a little click and go really far down here. Again, I was like on -35 here now. We have just a little bit more clicky bass, and yeah, that's basically it. So we'll listen again. Yeah, I'm gonna probably put another tutorial in my YouTube channel, which I use all these bass variations I have. I can make many different things out of this bass, and I'm gonna show it to you probably in the next tutorial already. Alright, see you guys. Follow me for the next tutorials and hit me up with a like. Thank you, bye bye.